every other team in that capacity. Doesn't matter how well they do in playoffs in terms of that champ points. If they make it third and go out, that is them done. Not going to champs. It's grand finals or bust for this Leviatán squad. For Cloud9, similar stakes, but a little bit lesser so, I suppose, because top 4 is what's really required for this Cloud9 team. But both teams have their eyes set on that prize, potentially attending Paris. So we'll see if they can do it. On road yet. Still, this is going to be active and fast. Oxy flying forwards there with a dash and a flash. Second one to see if he can pave a way into the side here, but a stun slows it down. Paranoia swoops forwards on top of it. Leviatán have got bodies reinforcing this site.
They're wondering if it's a pivot, if it's a fake. Lev actually pulling 2 players off the site right now, but C9 have just called a pause, a pump fake. They're definitely going to re-hit here.
Comes out into the open ever so slightly. Few shots rattled. Dart against the back. It's going to be broken. That's going to be pulling players from Leviatán back into the action.
For sure. And King throws out a one-way instead of a sight smoke to play with.
Re-clearing over towards A.
This is dangerous.
Very dangerous. What util do they have? One flash is being held ready, but Net strikes first. Strikes hard at it. He's got 2 kills already for it, and still Sado is going to be okay, being pushed from the side. Decides to just fully take up that control towards it. Oxy flips the side entirely. They know where Sato was last remaining. Of course, it's the Yori, could be anywhere, and they decide, okay, well, let's just get the hell out of A.
And Mitch also using the heal to make sure that Oxy is still at 100 health. Sado's going to have a hell of a task here winning a 1v3.
Yeah. Already plays towards him. Gate crash. Cutting up the angles. That's going to be some uncertainty. Just seeing the top of the heads, and you see those sparks flying off. He's doing damage. That sky heal. Getting immense amounts of value out of it, aren't you?
So
Keeping the
much
Ray boss
value.
alive. Oxy still kicking, and in 1v3, Sato is running out of chances now. Touch close, trying to bait these players out into the open. He's got a note of rough positioning, but Mitch is the one to claim his life.
A really nice twist on a pistol round that C9 have run before, actually. Really fast flash and dash kind of setup, down short. But this time, pausing and just knowing in their bones that Lev are going to look to re-clear. Lev, they do this quite a lot. Com loves to get information back over towards A long. And he threw out the recon, and then he wanted to confirm again, maybe 10 seconds later. And C9 were just patient as anything.
That's the pistol, baby!
That's a really important pistol. And they're now actually up against a great pistol team, 2-1.
Yeah, it's going Cloud9's way. A lot of presence over towards A here. Zeppa's not going to be giving up a weapon if he does go down.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. If Zeppa does go down and spots 3-4 players over here, he's just going to call for the rest of his team to accelerate on the opposite side of the map.
Might be going down here, though. Yeah, wall drops. Hello. Yeah, okay.
I think that's fine, though. You know, the rest of C9 is just going to get all of the information they need to commit to C, and Tex can't hold on against this.
Just vacates out here. Will be that plan down. Plays it forwards in through garage. Just seeing the one. It's broken. It's a nasty crossfire setup from Cloud9 out towards the back of that site. Mitch takes a bit of a chunk of damage there, I think, just from the side. Garage fight's going back and forth, but one way into the face. Net. Snakebite drop down, just trying to choke out Leviatán players. Make sure that they can't make a play towards it.
And Lever looking to just dive the spike here. They don't want to try to get an alt snowball going on the side of C9.
Oxy go kill. Playbook here. King looking to at least contain him out towards the exits, removing a few of the guns. Oxy will be going down. He was looking for bodies to see if he could fight.
You know, that's actually really bad for C9 there, though. They only get a single pistol, sorry, a single rifle that they save. You know, if Oxy had been able to exit the same side as the rest of the team, I'm not saying it's a mistake. It's just the circumstances happened to which they were only able to save that one Phantom. They will be able to buy 2 because they had a couple of players only purchasing Ghosts. So 3 guns against 5. Lev with a massive opportunity now to get on the board. And actually C9 putting a Bulldog in there as well.
Yeah, there's some bite back in this bonus.
A little, but definitely still around that Lev should be able to take away. And look at Sado.
Yeah, he's hard committed. There's the exit with a gate crash, but this angle, unorthodox, really. Let's see if the clearance looks. It's a crouch and a peek into the side of it, and even that stun just off the side. Okeanos willing to help out.
But they're not overcommitting. Never giving them an opportunity to take this back into a 4v3.
Off the back of it. Okeano's just holding down control towards Gong there. Just holding down the angles as well. Flash through, and they pounce and they strike. Okay.
That's lovely.
That's flawless from Leviatán.
A really nice setup there. Of course, a lot of it relies on Sado getting that opening kill. And Oxy was trying to hide clear, but Sado's often going to be good for it. And then they even had that like backup setup going on as well. Okeano's throwing out a really good stun, but chose not to commit to it because they just had so much advantage anyway. Shows good discipline. But that's a round that Lev had to put on the board. Mitch is one away from Seekers. I wonder if C9 start off here by doing some kind of like seaside default. Pick up the orb.
So come on! It's me and you, baby! Come on!
Yeah, keeping the energy up here for Leviatán.
And it's not going to be towards an alt orb early on here for Cloud9. They're looking to take over towards A. Actually, though, maybe looking to try to punish Sado in mid.
Yeah, we're seeing it walking up, hold on the bodies, and potentially landing up for it. King was trying to help out. Long-range action.
That's not too bad, actually, for the attacker, for the defenders. Mitch going down before he could get his Seekers online, and now you've denied Cloud9 from a big ultimate. And also from flashes that they would use to try to initiate into sight.
Com, he's not scared, is he?
No, he plays this position pretty aggressively. But if you try to punish him, sometimes Lev will have 3-4 bodies around there in the early round.
Ooh, bullets through the box. Okeanos be able to limp away from this one.
But Cloud9 being very patient, not choosing to accelerate off the damage that they've done, going back to see if they can pressure Com.
Oh, and there it is, punish. 45 seconds left. What is the call here for Cloud9?
It is very patient from Mitch. We saw Cloud9 struggle a little bit, actually against Furia, with this kind of pace on Haven.
So Okeanos just going for the solo reclear.
30 seconds, and Tex could ruin everything.
Yeah, he definitely could. He's close to the corner, but again, spotted out, I think, highlighted just from that dash in. King trying to help out, fill in the gaps, potentially into the side as well, with that paranoia on either side. Blind as anything. The call is made over towards the C site. Good mid-rounding here from Cloud9, recognizing the gaps. Zephyr now. Fox in the pen. It's a 2v3 here for Leviatán. Zephyr is just locked in on these angles. Not willing to give anything up.
Really good
turn
round here.
now. Yeah.
Seems very difficult for King to be able to do anything. They've got money to be able to contest the next round.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised. Just creeping around to the corner there is Vic and sidestepping. It's like a dance between the two of them. Wins it. 3-1 now for Cloud9. This is a lot of momentum.
Really nice round called there by C9. Gone for a slower pace. Tempo's a nice idea from Kimmy and Mitch in terms of the overall game plan. But just going out, pushing out short, going back to Com, getting the punish on a player that you know plays that A-long position quite aggressively, and then never over-accelerating. Because Lev have got fast rotates. Just making sure that they work the map, spread the defenders back out again, and hit the empty spots.
A bit of damage done, softens up these targets, but no real follow-up. Bullets are flying forwards. King's going to pay for it with his life as a Trailblazer. Forwards again. Com is being squeezed. Has the help of his team.
Another slow-paced round from Cloud9.
Yeah, this is one of the things they've been adding to their playbook, at least trying to evolve as a team rather than just being the all-in Oxy go kill.
This time, though, upping the pace because all 3 Seekers went towards A. So that tells Mitch there's a gap here that we can hit. There's only one player on the opposite side of the map. They're going to be pretty confident it's Tex. And Tex doesn't really have any util to even play off over here on C. Not that his body's there either.
Yeah. Even not going to be broken. At least with the camp. Get themselves in. Plant down now. Fast on the flank. That's going to be Leviatán. Going to gain a bit of pace here. As the Viper's Pit, though, is going to be choking out the retake. Tex.
That's spam.
Yeah, just straight onto Oxy. Still hard to chew through and already giving it up. This is a 4-player save from Leviatán.
4 players saving in a 4v4 when they had
wild.
They had double flank in position to put pressure onto Zephyr.
Sato had his ult too if they wanted to
Oh,
clear out the pit. It's okay.
That is...
Yep.
That's a real borderline one, even if you're a fan of saving in spots like this. And obviously the money would be crushed, right?
Sure.
And it would be a tough retake, but at least, I think, put a bit of pressure on Zeppa.
Yeah, because right now you're down rounds. In the playbook and up Leviatán from 2021.
Yeah, I think that LEV save more than almost any team still in the modern era.
That's true.
They do still love to be cautious, especially on Haven. But I think if you're playing for retake on C, and then if they do go C, you just save, that's almost a...
Yeah.
You might as well not be playing the game.
Even with Tex getting his kill.
I know.
Yeah.
It is surprising.
King
tried to contest. And he might try to contest. Oh no, he's over towards Garage. He's got the judge this time.
Do you smell their panic?
Cloud9. Smell this blood in the water now. They are in control. Heavy stack of bodies in through Garage, just holding close quarters there with the judge. King having to lock this one down here, just spotting out Sato. Towards the back of the side, Trailblazer out into the open. Oxy looking to jump onto the chance to see if he can get that kill. They choose a different target entirely. It's a bait and switch setup and already to push forward to pressing the advantage. King, he's dropped, only the one for his name. All the way in through the spawn is Oxy. How the hell are you going to remove in this guy now? He's going to be hearing it, the rumble of the footsteps, and really isolating these fights. Bladestorm still in hand. This guy is a menace right now. And able to clear him out. Dimensional Drift, even offloaded. Sado looking to try and use this one and get the most out of it, but it's just him and Okeanos. He exits early. It's a shorty straight to the body. Zeppa is gone, done and dusted, but Okeanos was separated. It was a solo fight that Sado took, disjointed from his partner. Okeanos is going to do it now alone. Spike still not down. Earns himself a chance with the overdrive, but just oversteps to the side.
Sick finish there from Oxy. That's a shot he had to hit onto Okeanos. And what a beautiful round from C9. It's worthy to highlight Mitch in this moment, but also the coaches too. That is a beautiful strat.
It's really cool.
They fake like they're going for a B exec. Dog goes in, puts pressure on B. The smoke towards the back is to stop the B player from pinching you when you decide to pivot into C instead. A lot of teams will do a kind of flash and dash from B to C, but they don't all make it feel that real like a B exec. That's a beautiful time for Mitch to call to run that strat as well, by the way, because that knocks Leviatán down onto an eco. After they just saved in a 4v4 and were keeping their guns for a rainy day, oh well, it's pouring now.
If you're trying to hit that panic button, it's definitely pouring now. Starting to realize, I think, that playoffs can be a different beast entirely, and it took Cloud9 a while to realize that as a team.
What? I don't call it just yet.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, again, they have managed to win a match in playoffs before. If you take a look at Cloud9 and what they've done in like LCQ and kickoff as well, would you consider those playoffs? Not really. I think they're more just like a tournament style, you know, bracket. But they went 1 and 2 every time in kickoff in LCQ. So it's not like they haven't been able to win games in tournaments. They just haven't been able to go to where they want to qualify for the globals.
It feels like a bit of a different Cloud9. It's not the same Cloud9. I was talking to Imi earlier, just briefly, and he was saying, you know, he was talking to me about LEV, actually, saying that they feel like almost the Cloud9 of the previous year. The vibes are good. You know, they've got this cracked aimer like Sato that's able to just take over games, but Cloud9 are trying to evolve past that. They're trying to not just be this flash in the pan, burst, really just being led by Oxy. They're trying to add a bit of nuance to the game, which they've been doing so far in Haven.
Yeah, I think the comeback on Corrode will have given them an enormous amount of confidence, and now the calling looks good. And a different tempo to what you would have expected from Cloud9 in previous years, where they were such a fast team.
Paranoia is good, and there's a connection. Com was just way out into the open.
They're heavily punishing Com. I mean, this feels like a serious anti.
Knowing that he's playing it hyper aggro before his team is really even in.
I think LEV on the next rifle round need to start fighting them for A lobby. LEV have a delayed A lobby fight, or like a delayed retake A long fight. They'd have to do it slowly because Cloud9 are waiting until 130, 120 on the clock to go A and to take A long space. But I think they have to at this point so that Cloud9 stop just abusing Com's position.
Yeah. The trouble is, against a Viper, you can take it, you can post somebody up, but a wall in your face makes it even harder, really.
Yeah, I just mean refight them as they're taking A long. You know, once they're already past their own Viper wall.
Sato salvaged up a Guardian in the midst of all of this one. He's definitely going to be doing some damage, but that's all it will be. Round win still going their way. Oxy, where are you going? Updraft into his face. Even getting the kill at the end.
That's ridiculous.
I saw him beeline for the boxes. I was like, well, he's going to go down to the spike.
Yeah.
But still claims a kill. He doesn't care.
He's
No,
got
he's 12
8 grand
and 2.
in the bank. And yeah, he's 12-2. As much as we made, noise about him starting off on Corrode poorly, and he didn't have the most resources in the world to be able to work with. That's part of parcel of playing with this guy. Now he's here. He's farming.
It's too silly.
Yes! Let's go! All talent!
Okay. Guns in the hands of these Leviatán players now, and like you said, Josh, they made the right correction and a call. It's a deep dart. Trying to heavy fight over towards A lobby, but they immediately pivot some players back away.
Well, and also C9 have read it, right? They start the round with a C-leaning default. Zeppa, though, getting caught. Sado playing things slightly differently. He has been tucked deep mid, and Zeppa was worried about that. Sado gets the punish.
Trip close to be broken down with that one way in your face of the cage. Will slow down the approach, but Oxy just disrespects it anyway.
Now they don't have a dog to go back over towards A. So Net needs to control this space and let the rest of his team back in. Unless they want to pop B, but it does look like an A finish to me.
Down to that minute mark. Net slowly seeing if we can clear up the question marks for them. And again, still that aggro position by Com, just trying to get that mid-round information. He's got nobody watching short here. You were talking about antis earlier. He's droning alone, and this is part of it. It's going to be a backstab in the making. It's a little bit messy, but still gets the job done. Net jump spot with a peek, and Sado is way ahead of most of this one here. He knows he has to take a risk to try and play his team all the way back in, but with that shot fired off, gives Oxy the perfect timing to strike back.
30 seconds left.
Lev have got entirely the wrong read on what's going on. They stacked the C site as Net was crawling in. What a perfect lurk.
Here it is. The Walls are going to be looking to see if they can divide and conquer up most of the site onto that retake, but there's 3 players left to do it all against it. Lev have claimed at least the first. One barrier down. There's a second one removed, but now second guessing themselves ever so slightly. King almost looking like he was trying to exit. Okeanos is gone, taken out in that double fire crossfire. Set up 3-2-1 and the swing to the side. It's a decent attempt by King, but Vic will shut him down anyway. 7-1. Cloud9 looking 2 in control right now.
They are dominating the macro. All of the info game is getting destroyed by C9. And that's a 4v5, by the way. But Com is left high and dry.
He plays like that often.
He does, and normally they get a huge amount of value out of it. Because Com
like,
is...
well, why would the Sova be aggressively droning
Right.
if it wasn't being held?
No one's punishing him.
Let's go, man!
In these previous games that we've been watching of Leviatán. Because no one can find the right timings.
Deep fight now. This is a set play that's kicking off here with the Hunter's Fury looking for those pings and targets, lighting them up. There's the one tag. Can he get the second as a dash to the side, and Oxy will disengage.
He's got the heal from Mitch.
They're all just cowering shoulder to shoulder in through their spawn here. This is deep control that Okeanos could be taking a peek for it, but it's being watched for Vic. Head deleted straight off the shoulders, even going for the re-peek on top of it, but Net may make sure to at least make him pay for it. And that peek, oh, the push out, Leviatán are scrambling for options here. Got a whole team bloody just fighting in mid right now, but they are being picked apart.
I mean, that is what you call desperation.
Still, Zeppa thinking he can take a timing there, just peeks off of all those sound cues that are coming his way. The dart, not quite broken, no one managing that one. Still the plant is down for him. It's a 2v2. Definitely winnable here for Leviatán, especially if they can ice on these fights out, but it's just going a little bit too whiffy.
Yeah, I think that's one that Sado will want back. They had a chance in the 2v2 to turn that, despite how bad the garage refight was. And yet it hasn't worked. Lev do not put another one on the board. I think this is a sign of desperation, though, with how far they were trying to fight here.
Lemmings off a cliff.
Yeah, well, I think the reason is they're just not happy with their info game if they play standard and slow. Com frustrated about how that one's played out. But everything Cloud9 are doing is working. And the slow pace is ruining Lev.
The aggro fight. Weaponry not good enough, though, for Leviatán. They are working with barely anything scrapped together. Sheriffs and a Stinger.
A bit too early from Lev. If they want to try to refight over towards A long and actually take kills, they need to be doing it 10 seconds later.
Already making moves. Okeanos rejoining over towards B. Oxy looking to explore potentially, but now thinking twice against it.
It's an anti-eco round. Cloud9 are going to play even slower. Giving a lot of respect to Lev, that there could be an area stacked. Could be danger lurking around any corner.
Definitely the nuance that Cloud9 have been trying to add to their own playbook. Trailblazer gets good clearance out. Aggro towards A lobby. They know no one's stacked over towards it. Could be going into the danger here, which Sado holding down to it, sees the util. And try and see if he can play those angles perfectly now. He is locked in onto the side. First one found, second one's there. Oxy deleted out towards the back, and the rest of the team now flooding in. The guns are in their hands. Spray transfer from Zephyr. It's a last-ditch attempt and a flash forward. Desperation from Mitch to see if he can salvage a thrifty. Is what is earned up here for Leviatán. Stacking the bodies and risks. And Cloud9, as much as they were tiptoeing around the map there, ended up walking straight into the play.
The only 2 rounds, as far as I can remember, that Leviatán have won have been like that. They've been basically these B, like, flood defenses.
Spike down, B.
And the shoe's on the other foot. Compare it to Corrode.
30 seconds left.
Lev were up massively. Cloud9 ended up getting it back into an 8-4 half, and then we're able to run it all the way back. Cloud9 have to make sure that they don't give Leviatán an opportunity back into this one. They've already seen that it's possible to make run-backs happen.
Yeah, now looking to see if they can do it themselves. Zephyr pulling back the turret as it was being broken. He's going to have that one a little bit sooner, but Cloud9 are now, again, setting their sights. It's a pretty default standard play from them, looking to see if they could get rid of that trip. At some point they'll find it, I'm sure. There it is. It's gone now. Garage control. Tech steps up and leaping straight through the smoke. I mean, Oxy is having to just light them up anyway. Head to Found. Magnetic from him, and Net just slipping his way in through C.
Posted up so early, so ready for Leviatán to make the play. And a really nice acceleration piece there from C9. Great double kill. Plant secured. Net even has Pit if they wanted to use it, but it's a 4v2. And they're very happy to play off-site with no smokes available for Lev. I guess they've got a neon wall to be able to work with. Well, no longer.
Sending to get themselves into the side here, but everybody off.
I'm out of here.
One way in your face, Nanoswarm sailing over. Long-range artillery.
It's essentially impossible.
It is impossible.
Gotta go.
Doubled up, just seeing if they can find any sort of these targets. And Okeanos realizes time's of the essence. Pressing forwards, takes away 2 of them, but again, time ticking. It's up to Com. And now, time against him.
One enemy remaining.
Will ISO those fights into the end, but that is just consolation kills. And up to 9 now for Cloud9.
Lev really needed these final 2 of the half, if there was any chance. And bear in mind, they're a great pistol team. They know how to keep the momentum going once they can win pistols. But setting yourself up with only 2, only 3 in this half is brutal. And that was kind of a wild way of trying to defend Garage.
Yeah.
Makes sense
Hey,
for Tex to try to compete it,
kills,
but...
brother. You might as well, brother.
Oxy is 15 and 6.
Yeah, he's not struggling in the kill department anymore. This is Lev stacking A. This is that fight that they're going for. They're doing it off barrier again, though.
No one there to meet them.
Well, even if there were, Cloud9 would just back up.
Getting a Trailblazer. Then Bro don't fix it. Here we go. Gliding forwards. Tadashi to try and punish with that paranoia on the side. Tex is barely able to get out of dodge here. Sato, he's instantly back into the fight here. Dimensional Drift to clear most of the way. Cloud9 again, that patient play though. It's been raining Supreme, helping them out. Slowing it all the way down.
Double ultimates used from Sado and King to be able to rotate because they thought C9 were going fast.
Okeanos, the flash connects. They know somebody's here. Aggro in through A lobby. It's up to him to see if he can hold back this onslaught that's coming his way. Cloud9 like a flood. They take him out and they slow it down again.
Yeah, usually this would be where you see C9 accelerate, trying to find that timing to get back into A, and you'd get a real chaotic clash on the A side of the attackers and the flood defenders competing against each other. And look at that, Vic faking him out with the teleport.
Forcing Lev to re-clear into spawn. And it's aggro positions across the board here. Tex. Okay, down. Trying to hold his ground over towards the B side. He is that last line of defense, but the trip spotting him out. Trade is instantaneous though. Zephyr straight into it. And the pit drop down is looking like a stalwart defense to the side, if anything. Flood defense is called for. Lev send it forwards. Again with that paranoia. The Shockey's on top of it. They need to get some kills. There's random spam. Spraying and praying. Seeing if they can claim a head or 2 of these Cloud9 players. Back themselves around here. Looking for the wrap around. Flanking them potentially from one angle. Dark, gone, broken, shots in your face. Com is making all sorts of noise, just trying to make it feel like there's more bodies towards it. In through the back, but now Lev, they gotta get a move on, they gotta make a move. Here and now forwards again. These shorties and shotguns are just absolutely laying these players out. And now there's no more chances at all. The snake bite dropped.
Last player standing.
Com has a look in dismay as this is going to be a 10-2 half.
Consolation kills for Com again as he's left in an unwinnable clutch. C9, they have dominated everything other than the first half of Corrode. This was astonishingly clean from them. The calling from Mitch, the game plan, the tempo that they played at. All perfection.
Different Cloud9 than what we're used to seeing.
And I think it's thrown Lev completely.
Yeah. Barely able to get their bearings in this one here. 10-2 is the half here for Cloud9. Leviatán are going to have to see if they can pull up any sort of grit they've got to pull this one back and save themselves in this series. Hell of a round deficit that we're staring at right now, but Cloud9 are on the brink of taking that first step forwards to win in playoffs here, at least for stage 2.
And it would be such a win for them to be able to get. Because I think, at the end of the day, Cloud9's biggest enemy in playoffs is themselves.
Yeah.
It's whether or not they have that belief, the energy, whatever you want to call it. I think it's, broadly speaking, been undiagnosed in the Cloud9 camp. Amy's talked about it before and just been like, to be honest, I don't exactly know what goes on in these big games, but we do tend to lose it. Well, here's one where they are massively in control.
Here's a skirmish, isn't it? Oxy's there. And there is no dash proc, so won't be able to get the hell out of that one. Vic plays down that smoke, needs some help to try and get the hell out. There's bullets flying down at their backs. And Sado looking to put the pinch on as well. This is a fast play to pinch these Cloud9 players and a lovely punish. Where they stand, there's a pistol round. That's where it starts for Leviatán.
They've been great in the pistols, but then they do have to snowball so hard.
Yep.
It's got to be essentially perfection. It's just like their playoff bracket.
Tough ask.
If they went down to the lowers and they were facing off against Crew immediately, I mean, they'd have to run it all the way back in order to make a grand finals and make champs. Feels incredibly unlikely.
That's how much it matters for Leviatán. Same could be sent for Cloud9. It's about really winning for themselves, to be honest, more than anything, to just prove that they can do it. Just around like this, you might as well make a go of things. Net, definitely doing a decent amount of damage with the swing coming through anyway, and Zephyr. It's not even going to go for it.
Enemy down.
Just making sure that he puts a little bit of punish on there towards the end. So Lev, can they get some kind of snowball going? Com's the closest one to an ultimate, but generally speaking, I tend to think of the Yoru ult as being the most important in this comp.
Careful now.
It really allows you to speed up, go for fast hits, put a lot of pressure on site anchors. Of course, you can cook up plays with quite a lot of them, though.
Sure.
Here's a round where
Eyes up.
Mitch is kind of in the same spot that Com was playing in a lot of the time. Solo over towards A, just banking on the fact that Lev don't really believe he's the only one there.
Yep, sees that util though. He's going to be getting the hell out of A long.
Well, and the hell into A short. He's got a shorty in hand.
Yeah.
He's got a shotgun to work with. He's hoping that they come calling.
Deep push down at C long angle.
Every one of these rounds becomes so dangerous for Lev. You know, usually we just kind of write them off. We're like, yeah, of course, the team with guns is going to be able to win this kind of round. But when you're down 7 and everything needs to be perfect, any anti-eco feels like the slightest misstep and you've just thrown your opportunity at a comeback away.
Yeah, we often see it as well. A lot of teams, when they're aiming for that perfection, to not let anything slip, that's often the time when the cracks do show.
Yeah, it is. Especially because on an eco round, you just take tons more risks.
Yeah.
So if Cloud9 do end up having a bit of momentum against them here, they'll have the opportunity to go for all sorts of weird plays.
But they're fine.
Yeah, this round, danger completely navigated. And this is where we get to see like what ults they're looking to try to stack into. Looks like Com is taking the spike at the moment, so probably looking to work up to a Hunter's Fury. And then this should really be Com kind of taking the Marshall or the Stinger or something and going forwards for kills if they want to set up a real ult snowball.
Yeah, swap around a few of the guns. We're going to see if Cloud9 do make a play towards it. We've got players walked in towards the back of the site.
Yeah, I mean, the metagame in these kind of moments is normally that Cloud9's going to wait to try to die to spike, and then Lev are going to go and hunt to try to find them where they're dying to spike.
Yeah, Com, I mean, you called it. Swaps around the guns, has the Stinger out. Watchful eyes on it, seeing where these players might be lying in wait, but now, okay, there's only so many more places they can be. Dart sidestepped and avoided. Com steps forwards, just gets the one before he goes down, but that is one away, I believe, now from the ult.
Yeah, so that's important if they have some kind of round where they can really get value out of it. I mean, knowing Com, it feels more like he would use that for a post plant. That is how I think about the way that Com tends to use his Hunter's Furies on this map. A bit different to Icebox, for example, where he'll almost always try to go for a pick early on with it. Kings pulling out the marching orders here. A bonus round is normally just the cherry on top, but here it might be a requirement to get this 6-round gap closed.
Setting full sights over towards C. Jump spot, Sado, he's looking for a kill of his own. Engagement's taken with this Marshall. No heads are being offered up though.
Oxy might well re-peek this for info again. They're actually using the dog to just get a bit more info. But, of course, you're not really going to know whether Sato's left, could have teleported away. And here, Oxy Mitch double up to regain this information in A-long.
Slow around. Overall, a lot of pressure. Bullets raining down onto Zephyr here. Has to let loose the nanoswarm in time so it stops him from pressing past that point.
And in some sense, they've actually lured Oxy up a little bit into A lobby. If Com goes for the drone here...
Yeah, drone clears. No one following off of it, though.
Yeah, no one behind it. They're not trying to punish Oxy. They're just trying to push him off the line, see if they can pull a rotate back to A. And you see that they're drifting these Cloud9 players. Actually, King looking a bit indecisive with his calling.
It is, with 40 seconds left. You have a lot of ground to cover over towards A.
They found the timing, though.
And it's missed. It's a flash into your face. Dart deep across the backside. Potentially feels like fake pressure, but Oxy's going to be standing his ground anyway. Still has that dash available. Now pops it, hearing it, scatters. But the footsteps here just can't get a clean fight going for him. Anchor Smoke is forwards in the face of it, but the vulnerability is just left disrespecting it. Net trying to fill in the gaps towards the back, but that spray of fire, Sato was able to answer it back immediately. It's a 3v2 now.
A late round hit, but the LEV duelists finding their moments.
What's the play for as well? Com immediately retreating. Was playing up onto side, but he realizes I can just checkmate them here. And now, guns out. Tex is just missing this few stray shots. Sato, barely any have to work with, but really lights him up regardless. It's a 4-piece in a round for him.
And if there was a way that LEV were going to get back in this game, it would be off the back. Man. Yeah, that is exactly how. Sado having a pop-off round, getting towards the top frag now. Or he is the top frag, I should say.
Matched Oxy.
But look at this. Slide through from Okeanos, being able to trade Mitch, and then plays Sado in. Good spam as well to be able to catch Net. Could have been a real danger player on the back of that ult.
Nice, Sato! Come the on! Let's go, man!
Bit of belief there from Com.
Yeah.
They're down 5 rounds, but if they can convert this, you know, the gap just gets closer.
Taken out.
Just watching for the peak here. Okeanos not swayed away off the first kill.
Easiest kills he'll ever get, those two. But it's not just the fact that the ults... it's not just the fact that the rounds are going to start to go up and up here for Lev. It's also the ults. I mean, take a look at Com and Sado's ults online really early here. So for the next round, there'll be none available for Cloud9 and a huge ult combo for Lev. This is how snowballs happen. This is exactly how comebacks tend to happen in Valorant.
Yeah, when the money's going to be good next round for Cloud9, he ended up losing that. Down to the ult disadvantage.
And so Cloud9 in this eco already need to start thinking about, what are we going to do against the Dimensional Drift Hunter's Fury combo? We know it's coming.
A lot to consider. Aaron leads the way. Players are pushed up here. Press forwards. Zephyr trying to make a play off the back of that. It was Yuto flying forwards with just that frenzy. Vic, hold on. This is damage being done by these Cloud9 players, even picking up a few guns for the trouble as well. Paranoia, second level of it. Comdo just asserts himself and dominates that smoke.
Could have been a lot of danger there for Lev. Midge with a Marshall is going to find it hard, though, to finish this round.
And at this point, the discipline from Lev should be good. Hold on, damage done. That's a weak body and no one's swinging off the back of it. There's a half clearance there, not even a clearance at all, really. Tex just loitering towards the back of the site. 6 rounds, a 4-round difference between these two teams here. And this is the big one.
Yeah, this is the huge one. Again, what is the game plan? How does Cloud9 avoid the Euroult into Soverall combo? It's just so easy for Lev to be able to crack into a site, be able to get a pick. Are Cloud9 going to play for a fast retake into a site? That could work. What's the game plan here? Very similar defensive setup to the ones that we've seen previously.
Big group up, flash, a dart. Oxy can't quite get posted onto that line like he was hoping for. Potentially second guessing whether somebody could be there, but a flash doesn't really receive anything at all. Dimensional Drift now. It's available. Sado's going to be using it, trying to clear a path forwards for the rest of his team, and they have those ults ready and waiting. Spots it out towards the back of the site, just clearing them all out. And through CT. Be difficult for it, but they're trying to flood their way back in anyway. The Hunter's Fury is going to be coming in anyway, delayed with it, but that Paranoia is picture perfect. And with the Hunter's Fury on top, just sweeps and clears the way. Could have been dangerous. Cloud9 with a flood call does not go their way. The bodies are toppled at this point. It's just Oxy left with that operating. You're not looking to play a retake with that one.
No, that's got to be saved. Oxy on the other side of the map wondering where it all went wrong. I thought Lev had beefed that.
Me too.
I thought when the Euroult came through and Sado gets out of it and gets punished and then Com ults, like 3 seconds after, I thought, they've cooked it. They've ruined their big opportunity. But that Paranoia stun refight with the Hunter's Fury was nasty.
Yeah.
That was really well coordinated, actually. Completely shutting down C9's opportunity to try to fast retake into C. They all hid inside the smoke, and they're trying to refight as soon as the Euroult goes off. It's a pretty nice idea, and there goes Oxy. There goes the AWP.
No operator.
Perfect snowball here for Lev. It's an avalanche.
Best case scenario they could hope for. Down that many rounds. 10-2-half.
And I don't think that this is a C9 crumble. People are going to be... Listen, I can predict the Twitch chat already. They're spamming Choke 9, they're spamming you know, all of the usual stuff. But this is just a very standard Valorant snowball, in my opinion. You just get a really successful pistol round.
Convert the bonus.
Convert the bonus with
some
big like individual skill, and then you get the ults for the next, and suddenly you've got 5 rounds in a row. And I don't think there was much that Cloud9 could have done about it, apart from maybe perform a little better defending A on the bonus. But the rest of what they've done is, you know, about as good as you could ask for, and they're in a horrible spot right now because the pressure is mounting.
Timeout taken. Money's not good anyway to really make a play into this round. It's going to be another half buy here for Cloud9. Leviatán just gives them more and more chances to get back into it. Gap is closing between these two teams.
I think what Imi's really got to instill in the players, though, is that round 19, the one after this eco, is going to be advantage towards Cloud9. They're going to have at least Seekers to be able to play with. I mean, a pit as well if they want it somewhere. So they don't have to be too worried. If they lose round 19, though, then
Starting to get worried.
Yeah, get worried.
If you weren't worried already. Which, at this point, looks like Lev are fully locked in with that South belief again. More smiles from the replays of what we've seen.
It's easy to be happy when you're winning.
Yeah.
Shadows traveling.
There's a walk down. King will not give up this gun, not give it up at all, but he's in trouble. Glides to the side over the TP, he's able to escape and now calling for backup. Reinforcements arriving. Cloud9 collapsed upon. They missed their chance to really pluck him out, and Vic lit up and ran down here. Instant reaction here by Leviatán.
Nice from Okeanos as well to cut off the retreat. Did get dangerous. If King had fallen immediately, we might be looking at a different round here, but as is, Lev have avoided another disaster, and I just want to point out, take a look at Sado's ultimate down here and the way that it's building up. It's actually pretty close to another dimensional drift. It's not going to be online for the next rifle round. Again, round 19 should be favored for C9. Doesn't matter how Zeppa plays this.
Variable removed.
Dodging and weaving. But the inevitable is creeping up into the back of these Cloud9 players' heads.
I think, though, again, the worry is only if Cloud9 lose the next round. And they've got such great tools to be able to work with. You've got a pit that you can pop down. You've got Seekers that you can use.
Yeah.
If you want to play some kind of retake style. And the next time that Sado has his ultimate up, Com won't. So you should be all right, at least, to start creeping closer to the finish line.
Not to worry about the combo too much. All comes down to this now. Pit should simplify the macro. Seekers in case they need it. It's going to be used almost immediately here in net. Maintaining control.
It's a pit that we've seen from a lot of other teams.
It's like an anchor smoke on steroids.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, good luck trying to hit into A.
It does still give the attackers quite a lot of space. But at the same time, if they go for a cheeky peek, trying to get around the pit, Oxy's on. It's going to have something to say.
But not broken.
No, so that's a bit of peace of mind for C9 as well. They've got really good control around the map currently.
I have an excellent idea here. Oxy posted up towards long. Watching it. Lev are 5 alive, grouped up, looking to see if they can take this one by storm.
This pit is common enough that Lev should have some kind of protocol to deal with it.
Drone leads it up. Oh my, Oxy getting caught a little bit there onto the box. There's a TP into the back and stuns just ricocheting back across the board here. Now, how do you clear out the short angle? That's the issue. Spraying them down.
Oh, no way.
Leviatán! How have they found that? It's Mitch and Oxy. Gone in the blink of an eye.
That's
Where
astonishing.
the hell were those kills?
King went into heaven. He teleported into heaven.
And just like that, pit dropped down. All issues, the thorn in their side. Leviatán. You mentioned it earlier, Josh. It is an avalanche at this point. You have 22 seconds left, and they are min-maxing orb. Sado's going to have the dimensional drift for the next round.
Well, I said don't panic if Cloud9 win this round, but it's time to panic.
Yeah,
It's time to panic. That round, Lev had such an answer to Net's ultimate. The defensive setup is beautiful. It's exactly how Cloud9 won it. But Lev, because they're not being pressured, because they have time to come up with this plan, and I'm sure it's something that the coaching staff has worked on. Credit to Desmo for that. But that anchor pit got completely dismantled, and there was no way they expected King in heaven. I mean, these blue X's on the map up here, you shouldn't be seeing those.
It's bizarre.
You shouldn't be seeing those.
Completely caught me off guard. King TP'd into heaven onto a haven. Iconic.
Iconic, it really is. I mean, last time he used a blast pack, but
Yeah.
times have changed a little. He's not a duelist anymore.
Very true.
Take a look at this in the replay as well. I'm sure we'll
I
grab
gotta
it.
see it.
But it's a really nice idea, right? Because you're just putting so much pressure on the people in sight.
Well, you're a maniac.
But you know that those rotators are going to be coming in late.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason to stack the A site. Like, normally you would have to go through 3 site anchors. And now you're only having to go through 1 or 2. This run of rounds now is... It's a runaway train. It's going to be almost impossible to stop.
Placing a landmark.
Yeah, scrapped together. Adventure by a bit of danger maybe, but Cloud9 are still working with barely anything at all. Smokes.
At this point, they can't rely on the ult, right? They had their opportunity in round 19 where they had the ult advantage. Now they need a hero. They need somebody. In this round, players with rifles, Zeppa and Vic, they need a hero.
Taking a peek. It's Mitch. Has to step up there. He's holding an aggro line. Okeanos, the weapon not quite ready and well trained. Zeppa is being fully pushed out into the open. Blind as anything, and it's just spam again. Lev are so crystal clear, coordinated with the way that they want to take this one. Oxy, it's time for a miracle moment from this young upstart here with the blades in hand. Too many challenges, but Vic is there anyway, almost controlling the aim for the third. Drop down out, it's a spike out into the open, and it leaves Net to do it all.
That could have been the moment. Oxy flying in with Bladestorm, Vic behind for 2.
Spike planted.
But Net now doesn't have a weapon.
Given a 1v1, if he can catch the timing against Okeanos. Missed it, back towards it. Tex is gone. It's a bullet to the dome, but he does not expect Okeanos to be slipping from the side. 10 to 10. The impossible is now reality.
Go, go, go.
Lev looking like they're sneaking into the lead as well. Because when you look at the ultimates, my eyes go to Sado again. And Sado, he's got that Yoru ultimate. We saw him min-max it in one of the previous rounds. And they're never having to use ults on the anti-eco. This one got close, but their hand was never forced. What does Cloud9 do again against the Yoru ult? This time it doesn't have a Hunter's Fury at least behind it. Basically the same defensive setup again.
Yep, full grouped up though. Lev have got 5 bodies over towards A.
They're not really calling for like a lobby aggression or some kind of, you know, mid-push.
Vic is pushed incredibly deep. He's going to be getting a lot of mid-round information here. Might be able to catch these Lev players. Could he be the player to step up when his team needs it most?
But this is the only place that C9 have been pushing. So Lev might expect it.
He TP past it. Hold
Oh,
on,
no,
no,
he
he's
saw
double
him.
backed. Wait, I think he's missed it.
No, he surely saw him.
I think he's barely just missed it, but his team is anyway already into the C site. And Vic's just waiting, he hears it. There's a gate crash right by his side.
No, they didn't see it.
They didn't see
Okeanos
it
is
at
looking
all.
the wrong way.
Yep. Looking a complete wrong way. They don't notice. Backstab is lying in wait. Vic deleting at least 2 removed. Is it enough for Cloud9 to work with though? That is the question. Stepping forwards again. This is aggro by Sato. Trying to flex his muscles. Not to be removed at all. Still standing his ground jump spot. Dash back and out. Still, it's players and putting their bodies onto the line to see if he can stand against it. This guy is unleashed.
It was Cloud9 who needed a hero. And Sado springs out of nowhere. 4K in the round to recover the only one where C9 looked like they had a hope. It was in the, I mean, take a look at this in the replay. How does he miss him? Oh my God, the timing.
Barely.
The timing is ridiculous, and it set Vic up for a 5v3, a 4v3? Either way, they were advantaged, and that spray down is immaculate.
Oh, that's different. 26 and 15 currently for Sato.
Imi's hit the panic button because, my God, yes, you need to panic now.
There was questions leveled as well. How long can Sado keep this one going? The kid's dropping 30 bombs every other map.
Yeah, almost
Wondering when it was going to be stopping.
every time he comes out on Yoru. His Yoru stats are absurd,
It's
by the way.
unbelievable.
I've never seen somebody with Yoru stats like this at the tier 1 level. I mean, you barely see it on any agent, but, you know, he's absolutely filthy with this.
Yeah, we thought the bright lights and the big stage pressure was putting a dampener on him. Not the case whatsoever. They brought this one back. Sato was the spearhead.
What a crazy series this has been.
It's been ridiculous.
There's not been a single half that's been competitive.
No, it's just been, well, every single half has been one-sided to one team or the other. Cloud9 haven't got a single round on this half.
Yeah, that's new.
Look at that.
It was 10-2
10-2.
at the half.
10-2, man.
And, you know, I was saying earlier that it was just an alt snowball and we shouldn't be putting the choke 9 out there, but I'm starting to rescind that advice.
Again, money all over the place. Flash peek for the opening. Lev looking for an early pick. Potentially seeing if they can catch a player out.
To be honest, this alarm bot has actually survived in a lot of the rounds. Like, C9 have known enough, but they're not fighting aggressively anywhere around the map. And I think that's a real problem for them on the defense side. They're just letting Lev wander around anywhere they like. They're never afraid. In a round like this, the pressure is on A. Obviously, we can tell. Lev don't know that. Could be walking into a stack, but they choose to commit anyway.
Yep, walls up. Open access to the B site. There'll be a flood of players here. Cloud9 are waiting. in the sidelines. The bullet spraying them down here. The flash is dodged and Duke to avoid it for a moment. The Paranoia even sweeping past. So Cloud9 have access now to the B side, but Sado's just getting silly with it. It's running and spraying them all down through the smoke. Trying to take a timing past this one again, but these bullets, that's the win con, that's the key difference. Cloud9 do not have the rifles to work with, and as soon as the smokes fade, so do their chances.
This is ridiculous. Even if Cloud9 managed to pull back around here, they're going to have another Yoru ult.
Yeah.
Sato is just farming
man.
so hard right now that he's going to have his third Yoru ult of the half to be able to work with. And that's even assuming that Cloud9 can put another one on the board and threaten OT. I say another one on the board, the first of the half.
The first one of the half.
They'd have to do... I can't believe it how passive C9 are being. I don't know why they're not trying to fight for a lobby in one of these rounds or ever have Oxy walk down mid. They've just been sat. The line of scrimmage has been so deep into the defender's territory.
Completely static.
They at least have swapped up the defensive positions now. They've got Oxy with his operator watching towards C, so it's at least a different look. But once again, there's not really that much pressure on LEV as they walk around the map.
Barrier bullets. That's here. It's an off angle. It's high up, looking to punish a potential peek. Play towards Garage. So LEV are looking to group up, potentially over towards B again.
B's quite a nice side to hit, I think, because C and A are going to be played for Killjoy Lockdown.
At that minute mark.
Recon dart on the clone, which LEV love to do for some reason. It's a weird idea.
Let's send it all the way in now. The wall's not going to be clearing all the way through into the back. That's Ned trying to creep in. He sensed that there was a potential gap. Okeanos is forwards anyway. The spike is not looking towards B just yet, but now getting a bit of a move on. Okeanos forward positions now. He's rooted to the spot. Eager to draw some more blood out of these Cloud9 players.
They're going down into short so that they can do the lockdown retake.
See if there's any sort of pushback here. Stun, a little bit of a misplay there. Catching him onto it now, but that lockdown, there's an answer for it. It's a Hunter's Fury down into the ground, and that's going to be clearing and paving all the way for it. The feed is fully red now. Leviatán in control. And what have they not been on this half? It's been dominance. Let loose everything, why not? The war chest is opened wide. Sato with a dimensional drift from behind. And they have closed this one out. We are going to Lotus.
What an extraordinary comeback! If you thought the comeback from C9 was impressive on map 1, LEV just do one better. A 10-2 half!
That's just unreal.
Dude, Mitch's calling was amazing on the attack side. And then they crumbled on defense. They just didn't fight for any area of the map, and LEV were allowed to walk around and do whatever they wanted. And Sado was in full control, almost 400 ACS for this guy. He dropped 30, and the next highest fragger was Okeanos, his teammate, with 20.
Absolutely absurd. I mean, the young gun